Sure, here's the content translated into English. How do bees make honey? Honeybees collect nectar from flowers. When a worker bee finds a source of nectar, it uses its long proboscis to suck up the nectar and store it in its honey stomach. When it returns to the hive, the worker bee transfers this nectar to other bees through a process of regurgitation and chewing. During this process, enzymes in the bee's saliva break down the complex sugars in the nectar into simpler sugars. Then, the worker bee places the processed nectar into honeycomb cells. In the hive, bees use their wings to fan the nectar, causing the water to evaporate and the nectar to thicken into honey. Finally, they seal the honeycomb cells with beeswax to protect the honey until it is needed. Bees are classified according to various criteria, including their roles within the hive and their species. Below are the main classifications. According to their roles within the hive, for honeybees, queen bee, there is only one queen bee in each hive. The main role is to lay eggs to sustain the colony. She controls and maintains order within the hive by secreting pheromones. Worker bee. These are female bees that do not reproduce. They perform various tasks such as collecting nectar, pollen, protecting the hive, cleaning the hive, caring for larvae, and producing honey. Worker bees make up the majority of the colony. Drone bee. The main role is to mate with the queen. They do not participate in the daily tasks of the hive, such as collecting food or building the hive. According to bee species, honeybees, Apis, Apis mellifera, Western honeybee, the most common species kept for honey production. Apis cerana, Eastern honeybee, common in many Asian countries. Apis dorsata, giant honeybee, primarily found wild in South Asia. Apis florea, dwarf honeybee, found wild in South and Southeast Asia. Bumblebees, bombus, large bees with dense hair, do not produce honey but are important for pollination. Stingless bees, Meliponidae, do not have stingers, produce honey and play a crucial role in pollination, common in tropical and subtropical regions. Solitary bees live alone rather than in colonies, include various species like mason bees, megachile, leafcutter bees, osmia, and digger bees, Anthophora, important for pollinating plants and crops. These classifications help in understanding the social structure of bee colonies and the biodiversity among bee species. In a honeybee colony, there are no male worker bees. Worker bees are all female and do not reproduce. Their main duties include collecting food, caring for larvae, cleaning the hive, producing honey, and performing other tasks to maintain the hive's functioning. Drones, male bees, on the other hand, primarily appear during the breeding season, and their main role is to mate with the queen. Drones do not participate in daily hive tasks, like collecting food or building the hive, and after mating, they typically die or are expelled from the hive. The mating process in a honeybee colony is as follows. Preparation. Before mating, the queen bee flies out of the hive to meet drones. Only a few drones are selected to participate in the mating process. Mating flight. The queen flies out of the hive and ascends high into the air. Drones follow and attempt to mate with the queen. Mating. When a drone meets the queen in the air, he will attempt to mate. This process is quick, usually lasting only a few seconds. End of mating. After mating, the drone falls to the ground and dies, while the queen returns to the hive. Storing sperm. The queen stores the sperm in her spermatheca. The sperm will be used as needed to fertilize eggs and lay new eggs. This mating process occurs outside the hive, usually during the day, and is brief. The queen may mate with multiple drones during a mating flight, but each drone only mates once in its lifetime. Bees that sting people are usually worker bees in a honeybee colony, not the queen or drones. Worker bees sting people. Worker bees sting when they feel threatened or the hive is invaded. They use stinging as a defense mechanism to protect the hive and fellow bees. After stinging, a worker bee often dies as it leaves its stinger behind. The queen and drones do not sting people. The queen does not sting people because she is not a defensive member. Drones also do not sting people as they do not have stingers like female worker bees. However, in rare cases, the queen may sting, but this is uncommon and not typical.